I'm dolo when I'm out making different moves. Pull up to the shop just to pick and choose. I'm that, don't get confused, cause even when the prayed I didn't lose. Machine.
I done see the best stuff from Jando. 25 to life in the cancer. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us. 7 in the morning.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10. First down, Rudolph. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A good pickup. There, 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's Rudolph. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jets have recovered. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Here's Wilson, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Rudolph off play action. James has got it, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Rudolph. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And New York set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nelson. A very solid gain of 27.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback who's going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Zebra.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Tempo.
Play action. It's Wilson. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go to work. Let's go to work.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd and 5.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards. With that grab, by the way, Antonio Brown, now over 10,000 receiving yards in his career.
That is an incredible, significant accomplishment. You're saying 10,000 yards? How many other guys have done that in NFL history?
He's the 46th all-time.
And one of the few that are active.
Yeah,
incredible.
There's only a few that are active. He still, though, is a ways away from Jerry Rice, up over 22,000 for the all-time lead. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Leonard Williams in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green, 39.
3rd and long. It's Rudolph. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. J.J. Nelson now to return. He juked him. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, Montgomery looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. Now Wilson, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up first and goal inside the 10.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. J.J. Nelson as the first half is winding down, and the Jets are able to strike for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you're trying to get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it first and 10. Now Rudolph on first down. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And a fantastic return all the way down to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Wilson on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Myers able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
That's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. They find some open field here. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Rudolph. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here we go now.
Back to the air. Rudolph on second down. Goes underneath for Bell. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Rudolph. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And the Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And some room for him there as he'll take this out to about the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there of 22. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And some room to work. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now it's Rudolph throwing the out route and complete. That's Brown. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39, green 39. All right, now lucky 56, lucky 56.
On 1st down, Rudolph. This is Bell on the dump off. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3-19, 3-19.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for two and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And New York set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Wilson. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Good. Set. Blue 90.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. A give to Bell. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say: get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And his kick is good. And the Steelers have won the game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility.